Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Michael, and as always, we're going to be getting into some more stories. If you enjoy, make sure to leave a like, and if you're new, I'd appreciate if you subscribed. Without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a user named Unlucky Amoeba in the Relationship Advice subreddit. The post is titled, "My boyfriend of 7 years cheated on me. I'm going to disappear from his life. Is there anything I'm missing?" I am a 27-year-old female, and I just found out my 29-year-old boyfriend of 7 years cheated on me. My boyfriend went to our home state to see his family for the weekend. He's been going quite often this year, about once a month, saying it's because his grandparents are old and miss him. I thought nothing of it until this morning. I got a screenshot from a mutual friend of ours of my boyfriend's location on Snapchat. He was at his parents' house, but a girl's Bitmoji was there as well. It wasn't his sister or mom, and his parents, who weirdly also have Snapchat, weren't home either. He didn't tell me he was going to be with anyone else today. I tried to call him, but he did not pick up. I looked on Snapchat and his location was turned off. The mutual friend says my boyfriend has told everyone back home that we broke up 4 months ago. He said my boyfriend made him stay quiet about it because he was trying to find the right time to tell me. As far as his parents know, he's moving home once our lease is up. The reason our mutual friend told me was because he walked in on my boyfriend and the girl hooking up this morning. I texted an old friend who lives in my hometown, and she immediately asked why my boyfriend was on Tinder. We caught up and she sent me proof, his photos on Tinder and his bio. It hurt to see that photos I took of him were used. He had even covered my face in a photo we took together and wrote, "This could be you." I had no idea his family thought we were broken up or that he was looking for other people to date. We even went to Italy a month ago to celebrate our 7-year anniversary. I'm so confused and I don't know what to do. I look around and everything in our apartment seems like a lie. My soon-to-be ex texted me just now and he is on his flight back. He'll be back in about 5 hours. Obviously, he can find his own way to the apartment from the airport. I'm shocked and numb, but my best friend is with me, helping me pack up all my clothes. I'm leaving and I'm not leaving a trace of myself behind. Our dog is coming with me, and I'll be staying at my best friend's place for now. My soon-to-be ex and I already have separate bank accounts, and our joint account does not have much in it right now. I make more than he does, so he can keep it. I can't go to the leasing office because it's closed on Sundays, but I sent an email asking for early termination of the lease. We're registered as domestic partners, so I've completed the termination form and will drive it up to the LA County office tomorrow. He is on my health insurance and I've sent an email to HR to have him removed as soon as possible. We have several large photo albums together and I'm not sure what to do with them. Keeping them would be too difficult, but I don't want him to have the satisfaction of having our photos. It's clear he uses our memories in a horrible way. Is there anything I'm missing? I can't seem to think of anything and all my thoughts feel so jumbled. Nothing makes sense, but I know I can't stay. Any help on how to ghost a person this close to my heart would be appreciated. Update. Thank you everyone for all the solid advice. I'm compiling everything I did in this first section so others who need a way to cut contact with a person can reference it. As mentioned in the comments, I logged myself out of our Apple TV and Xbox. I canceled the Wi-Fi that I paid for and returned the modem to the carrier. I removed my payment information for utilities from our account. I packed up all my sauces, spices, and cooking oils and made sure to leave only dried rosemary behind. He hates that. I printed out and framed the screenshot of his Tinder profile and left it on the kitchen table. I also sealed a piece of dog poop inside the frame. I'll keep the photo albums. He can have this. I took a video of the entire apartment after packing up all my things. I left my keys in the mailbox for the leasing office and emailed them about my departure, along with the video showing what the apartment looked like before I locked up. I updated my address with the USPS, vet, hospital, school, work, and my dog's microchip registry. I talked to HR and am in the process of getting him off my health insurance, changing the beneficiary of my life insurance to my parents, if only I could name my dog, and updating my emergency contact. I'm going to the bank to remove myself from the joint account. Fortunately, I'm not worried about my credit as all of our finances have stayed separate, but I'm grateful to those who told me to freeze my credit. I logged out of all devices for all streaming services, social media, and my work, personal, and school email. I blocked him on all social media, chat rooms, and his phone number. I made a doctor's appointment to get tested for STDs. I'm on my way to an appointment with the county office to terminate our domestic partnership. It's been an incredibly busy 18 hours, but I've had a lot of help from my friends. I haven't been able to sleep either. As for what happened since he arrived, here's what's going on. I had already blocked him before he landed. I received many texts and calls from his parents and sister that I didn't see. Then, when I noticed his sister calling, I picked up. At first, the call was hostile. She accused me of being some crazy ex-girlfriend who couldn't let her brother go. Funny, since I had just packed up and left. She brought up that it had been 4 months and that I needed to move on. I told her that he had never approached me about breaking up and that 1 month ago, we celebrated our 7th anniversary and started planning our wedding. I had no indication he even wanted to break up. We reset a bit and she allowed me to tell her my side of the story. I told her he had been somewhat distant this year, but he had blamed it on their grandparents being old and wanting to spend more time with them before they died. It turns out their grandparents have been dead for 2 years. I never met them because my ex claimed they were super racist since the grandpa was a Vietnam War vet. I am Southeast Asian. Turns out you can't be racist when you're dead. We ended the call on a positive note, with his sister saying that it was a lot to take in. She said she felt bad as the girl he was cheating on me with was one of her friends. She had introduced them to each other sometime last year when my ex was apparently unhappy with our relationship. They hit it off and he was supposed to break things off with me. I guess he never had the nerve to do so. She was also confused as to why he was on Tinder since he was in a relationship with her friend. I sent her all the Tinder receipts after hanging up. Later in the night, I received an email from my ex. To sum it up, yes, he asked me to come to the apartment to talk it out. No, he did not apologize for anything. He ended the email with, "I love you." As far as I know, he doesn't know where I am. I also don't believe he knows where my friend lives, as she just moved and he hasn't been there yet. He also doesn't seem like that type of person, but I guess I didn't really know him after all. We'll keep the lock secure and bats near the door. It's been so helpful just writing out everything that's happened so far, and all of your advice, support, and guidance in this situation have made me feel empowered to leave. At times, I just wanted to stop packing and hope that when he came home, everything would go back to normal and the text would just be a distant memory. Your words of encouragement have really helped me follow through and leave. Nothing good would have come from staying. Thank you all again. Edit. Sorry, I was unclear about the timeline. The parents and sister called me about 2 hours after he landed. I assume it was because he got home, realized the person paying half his rent would no longer be doing so, and reached out to his family. The dog poop may have contributed to the heightened emotions. Final update. Hi everyone, the last couple of weeks have been very difficult. After the dust settled, I lost my steam and was inconsolable for a while. I'm fine, but emotionally, this breakup has been very difficult. An update on some of the logistics that I listed in the last update. The lease will be terminated in 15 days. The initial email I sent out was my 30-day notice. I paid a lump sum of 2 months' rent plus prorated rent for 2 weeks. I don't know how, but I didn't need my ex's signature or anything to accomplish this, which I thought was weird but did not question. I emailed the lease termination to my ex. My payment information is no longer on the utilities, but his is. He will be paying for the utilities if he's still there. I was able to get my ex off my health insurance as US health insurance is currently in the open enrollment period. However, if the timing had been worse, like if this had happened several months ago, I would have had to wait until open enrollment. I guess I got lucky. This information was emailed to my ex as well. Though the form for termination of domestic partnership has been submitted, it will likely take 5 to 6 months for it to be processed and officially finalized since I didn't have him with me to sign it. That's fine by me. As of now, I have not tested positive for any STDs, but I will check again in several weeks as advised by my doctor. The joint bank account was closed. I was not able to remove myself from it without my ex being present, but I was able to close it on my own. I mailed a check for the remaining balance to his parents' house. It was less than $10. After emailing my ex about the lease termination and that he is no longer a dependent on my health insurance, I got a reply from him saying I ruined his life. There was no apology, not that it would have changed anything. I know a lot of people wanted more information about his family and him, but I haven't reached out to them or responded when they reached out to me. I just don't have the heart for it, but my parents did. My dad did get a call from my ex. He told them I kicked him out of the apartment, untrue, as he still has his keys, and that he won't have access to his meds anymore due to not being on my insurance. True. He created a sob story about his grandparents' deaths being hard on him and said I wasn't there to support him during that time. Somehow, this was his excuse for being unfaithful, but he still wanted to work things out with me. Both my parents speak English just fine, but they said, "Sorry, we no speak English," and hung up. Kudos to his racist parents for inspiring my dad. None of us have heard from him since. I will say I am extremely lucky. I have a job and am financially stable. Though paying the termination fees and whatnot was difficult, I know I will be okay in the long run. I'm also very lucky that my non-romantic relationships have kept me afloat. Though the last couple of weeks have been some of the hardest in my life, my best friends, family, and even co-workers have been there to support me. I've also started therapy, which I'm lucky to have access to. I'm so thankful to all of you who shared your advice in the comments and who have reached out to make sure I'm doing well. The support I've gained from this community and my own community shows me I didn't really lose that much in this breakup. Instead, I've gained so much. It's been difficult to mourn the future I thought I would have, but as time has passed, I realized that future wasn't that great in the first place. I likely won't post again for a while, partly because of the 2-post limit, but also because even in 2 weeks, not much has happened and I want to focus more on moving on. I hope that if you're in a similar situation, you also have the strength to leave. Like always, absolutely zero sympathy when it comes to cheaters, and this case is no different. The part with the dog poop inside the frame is absolutely diabolical. I found it wild that after all the guy did, he didn't even apologize. And just like in the comments, one user had said that the boyfriend gave off vibes that he was likely going to just keep using OP for rent and other benefits, which I totally agree.